Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Ripple the Twine podcast. I'm Brandon Sutterman, host of the Ripple the Twine podcast presented by Brotherly Bullies. Today, I'm joined by Ronnie Attard, defenseman for the Philadelphia Flyers. How are we doing today, Ronnie?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. So you're one of the newer Flyers in the aspect of being one of the new prospects that's coming up. You got your first taste of the NHL last year. First, let's talk about how that was and how you plan this year to get back to your even better self in your second NHL season.
Yeah, I think that was awesome to get that last month in at the end of the season, just kind of give myself some expectations on what to expect coming in this year. But yeah, I feel good. I had a really good summer. I last year taught me a lot on what I need to work on. And one of the biggest things that I prepared for this summer is that in college hockey, you play 40 games a year, but the NHL is double that. So just did a lot of work on getting my body ready for the season.
Talk about that for a little bit. You went a little bit different route to get to the NHL. You went to the USHL first, and then you went to college hockey, and now you went to the NHL. How has that journey been, and what was that like, especially being drafted at such a later age?
Yeah, no, I learned a lot. I played an extra year of junior hockey, and I think that really helped me out a lot. I was able to go train up at Western before my last year of the USHL, which helped me immensely. And then I just never really rushed my development. Took 3 years in college too, just working on getting stronger, better, developing good habits, and I think it's all worked out so far, and feeling really good coming into this season.
What was one thing that you really focused on during that extra time of development rather than just turning in pro?
Yeah, the biggest thing for me was strength and speed. It's a very strong league, and the guys are really fast. So I just wanted to be ready, have my feet under me. So when I did make that transition, I could just step right in.
Now, when you went from the USHL to college hockey, what was the major difference there? Was it more of an elevated process, or was there kind of similar, the same, and just a little bit more better of competition?
Yeah, I would just say the strength of schedule. Obviously, we played in the NCHC, so we're playing against the best teams every night: Minnesota, Duluth, North Dakota, Denver. It's a pretty tough schedule there. So just that and the strength of guys. Guys are a lot older in college hockey, so just had to continue to get stronger to be able to contain those guys.
Now, when you were at Western Michigan, you played with current Flyer Wade Allison. What kind of bond was that, being that you had a player that's on your current team with you there while you were there?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Wade's been great to me throughout the last couple of years. He actually played in Tri-City before I went there as well. So I've been kind of following him around from Tri-City to Western Michigan and now Philly. So me and him are really close, and he's done a lot to help me along the way, just teaching me lessons and just really just how to treat your body and get it ready for the long season.
Talking about that for a little bit, about the NHL, the long season. You going into now your first official year as a pro. Do you still view yourself as kind of a rookie trying to just learn the ropes, or do you feel like that little tiny bit last year got you set, and now you believe that you can take that next step to not being that rookie?
Yeah, for sure, still a rookie, but just the last month taught me so much on how to be a pro, and I think that I have a little bit of an edge compared to other guys who didn't have that experience. So yeah, that last month helped me out a lot, and I learned a lot. So I'm taking all that in to this year and gonna hit the ice running.
Now, you're in a good situation right now with the Flyers needing a third right-handed defenseman. It's going to be a good camp battle. Do you feel like you need more time in the AHL, or do you feel like you can jump right into the team this year?
It really comes down to the coaching decisions, but I feel really good. I feel strong enough, feel fast enough. It just comes down to how camp goes and what the coaching staff believes what's best fit for the team. But I feel like I could make a really big impact here and definitely help out with energy wise in the locker room and just doing what this team needs to win.
Now, talking about that for a second, you have a new coaching staff this year. Just wanted to get your thoughts on how you like the new coaching staff, your kind of talks have been with them, and how they feel you are going to impact this team.
Yeah, I'm very excited to get to work with all of them. It just sounded like it's one of those things where you come in, you work hard, you come in shape, and you're going to get a shot. So they kind of leave it up to you on how much you want to make an impact to this team. And I kind of took that approach this summer to be ready to go, to come in here and win a job.
Now, in recent days and recent news, your head coach, John Tortorella, has been not really voicing opinions, but voicing more of a, not a concern, but just directness to say, come to camp, like you just said, with that aspect. Do you take that by any chance, like looking at that when your head coach says that, this is, I need to fix stuff first before we even get on the ice, or does that just not even influence you at all?
Yeah, I don't really buy into that too much. I'm just gonna come and do what I do every day. I come to the rink with a smile on my face, ready to work hard, and um, just do what I have to do to win a job.
Now, last year you did get to experience the NHL, and you scored your first goal last year, and it was kind of a odd goal, as you were didn't know if it was tipped in or not by Hayden Hodgson. Talk about that for a second, and what experience that felt of not knowing that you got it, and then all of a sudden you did know you got it.
Yeah, that was a cool feeling. I definitely thought Haji got a stick on that, but I found out when we came back out for the second period. So it was an awesome feeling, and definitely a moment I'll never forget.
Does that give you any motivation for this year that you know you don't have to, that's out of the way already? Like you said, like you got those good games, 15 games last year. Does that know that you already have your goal, your first point? Does that mean is it kind of like a monkey off your back a little bit?
Yeah, definitely a confidence booster, just knowing that I can compete at this level, and I've done it before. So just got to continue to do what I do well, and help this team win.
When you go into this season now, where do you view yourself as, what kind of defenseman that can help this team?
Yeah, I think definitely a two-way defenseman. Something that I'm gonna really focus on this year is just being able to shut down the other team and being in the way and provide that stability for my team, and just build up from there.
Now, I know you weren't here for Claude's app. Basically his appearance as the Flyers captain. What does it mean now that you guys will have a new, not just new coaching staff, but new leadership group as well?
Yeah, the guys last year with Couturier and the other older guys, I think they do a great job at helping us out and leading this team the way we need to go. So I think they all know their roles as well, and where to step up. So I'm very excited and looking forward to it.
That's a good point that I wanted to bring up there, is who do you feel on the defensive corps is somebody that you look after, or like kind of mentor your game after and they kind of look after you?
I wouldn't say mentor anyone in Pacific, but a guy like Ivan Provorov is definitely someone you want to watch closely and pay attention to his details. His habits are habits of a professional. The guy's the first guy in the locker room and last guy to leave every single day. So he's just a guy that works hard and someone you kind of want to model after, because he seems to always be making the right plays. So he's been a huge help, and that's definitely someone that I keep note of.
Looking forward a little bit, 2023 season, where do you feel like you want to, after the season, say you've been? Do you want to say that you've played an 82-game season, or do you want to say like you've made your best effort and made a more developmental approach?
Yeah, obviously I want to make an impact here. I think I have what it takes from a locker room, from an ice standpoint, just to help this team organization win some games here.
Now, going forward with that, is you guys, there's a little bit of around the league expectation that you guys are not going to be the greatest of hockey teams this year. Does that influence the locker room at all, that you guys know that the league doesn't view you as one of those good teams this year?
Yeah, not one bit. This team, this organization, we're just going to put our head down and work and see where it takes us. So I have a good feeling about it.
Now, speaking of the season, you guys are going to have a pretty tough schedule to start. Does that mindset influence you guys at all, that, you know, in training camp, you guys are going to have to go right to the hardness of it, and you guys are going to have right into a hard schedule right in the beginning of the first month?
No, I don't think we're really worried about that at all here. Almost everyone's been here for the last month, so we've been on the ice working out, skating, getting together off the ice. So we're going to have a really close group here, and I think we're going to be ready to hit the ice running when the games start coming.
Talk about that for a second. Is how much of an influence and big boost is that when you guys come early, you guys are working together early, you guys are making those connections early? What does that mean for team morale going forward?
I think it's been great to have everyone here, just getting on the same page before camp gets going. But it's been good to get on the ice with the guys, and it's been some great, healthy competition. So the last few weeks have been great for our whole team, just toning everything in and getting ready for camp here.
Can you make a goal for yourself this year, or do you not do goals?
No, I haven't set one yet. Just show up every day and be the best I can. And just try to improve every single day and do what I can to help this organization.
Talking about going back to the coaching staff for a second, does a new coaching staff help younger guys like you coming in with a mindset that nobody's at a level of highness or everybody's on the same playing field, or does that not influence anything, or you just go out to do the same exact thing every day?
Yeah, not too much influence. I think it's going to be a great fresh start for everyone. Everyone gets a chance to prove themselves, so that's what I'm most excited about.
Looking to the season now, where do you feel like this team can go?
Um, I haven't really thought about that too much yet, but if we just keep doing what we're doing, keep continuing our work, and not really buying into the outside media factor, and just doing our thing and doing whatever it takes to win, I think we'll be sitting in a good spot.
Talking about the leadership group a little bit more about this, your head coach, John Terrell, came out the other day and said that he's not ready to name a captain yet. Does that make any difference going into a preseason not having a set captain on your team, or is it more of a group effort that makes it better aspect for you guys?
Yeah, I don't think anyone's buying into that too much. Obviously, the older guys know that they're leaders, and I don't think it's going to change how they go about themselves at the rink every day. So I don't think it's going to have too much impact on us. Guys know that they got to step up, and it seems like they have so far. So excited just to get after it.
Talking about the leadership group, like you just said for 1 second, who's one of those leaders that you kind of rely on to make sure that you're doing everything you can to make this team?
Yeah, no, there's a lot. You can go down the list. Guys like Couturier, Kevin Hayes, Provorov, all those guys are all leaders. So Scott Lawton as well. Yeah, they've just been great and helping all of us young guys out. So excited to get rolling.
Now, you're getting ready to start rookie camp this week. You're one of the older guys at rookie camp this year. Does that mean something to you that, that you've been passed now the torch of, you started out as a younger guy in your first rookie camp, and now you're one of the leaders of the rookie camp? Do you feel like that is something that you can take pride in, that you can, show those younger guys how to work hard?
Yeah, definitely. I'm one of the older guys in the group, so just been trying to step up a little bit in our skates and just do what we can. So we're ready to go when this weekend comes around.
Now, speaking of that, you guys are going to get to play 2 games next weekend. Like you said, you guys have already started those hard practices. Is it just going to feel good to get a game in against another team where you don't have to worry about, you can go full board, checking guys, going through all the motions?
Yep, the energy's high here. We're all excited to play against some other competition now, since we've been skating with each other the last couple of weeks here. So we're fired up to get into a game, and I know all the guys are feeling really good.
Can you talk about that for a second? What's the main difference of going against your own guys rather than going against another team, especially in the preseason?
Yeah, obviously here it's when you step on the ice, it's time to go to battle. So obviously you're not full on 110% leaning on the guys, but you still got to push each other and make each other better. So when you go out there, you got your work boots on and you're going to work against each other. So it's been some great healthy competition out there.
Now, speaking of that healthy competition, there's going to be a lot of camp battles, as I said earlier. Where do you feel like you sit in that battle right now? Do you feel like you're on the outside looking in, or do you feel like you're right in that competition?
I feel like I'm right there where I need to be with my weight, my physical strength, just how I feel out on the ice. I think I'm right there in the battle.
Now, speaking of that battle, you said you're a two-way defenseman. You want to be marked as that. Where do you feel like that your biggest impact can come on this team, as a penalty killer, as just a full-blown defenseman, or all-around guy?
I think my biggest impact can come just all around me playing my game personally, locking guys down defensively, bring that physical aspect to my game, and just do what the team needs.
Now, you talked about Ivan Provorov a lot earlier. You got to play with him a little bit last year. What was that like, and what kind of, like you said, influence does that have on you, that, that's somebody that you look up to and you watch and try to model your game after?
Yeah, it was awesome. The biggest thing I took from him was just his off-ice habits and what he does away from the rink. Like, there's a reason this guy plays so many minutes a night, and his body holds up. It's because he takes care of his body. So that was the biggest thing that I took from him. But also on the ice, he's just such a smart player and incredibly hard worker. So yeah, he's been someone to follow along for sure.
Speaking of that off-ice habit, how was your summer, and what did you focus on getting better at from that off ice standpoint of where you wanted to be this year?
Yeah, no, my summer was great. I fortunate enough to live 30 minutes away from USA Arena, so worked out at the gym there. Was able to leave my stuff all summer, and uh, for self improvement, I really just wanted to focus on getting stronger and faster. So that was the biggest thing that I worked on this summer.
Was that one of the things in your exit interview last year that the Flyers wanted you to focus on, or was there other aspects as well?
Oh yeah, that was the main thing. Just be ready to go for the long season, because the last three have been half of the NHL season. So with the 40 game schedule in college, so just be ready to go when training camp comes around was their general message.
Now, talking about that a little bit is how much different is it now, especially where you just said about being, not being able to play those full seasons and having, a COVID shortened season. Was that a difference maker at all that, it's kind of hard now that you had to get right back into an 82 game season?
No, not too big. You prepare for this all summer. So when September comes around, October, your body's ready. Like at this point, you're just itching to play. So I'm real fired up for it.
Now that itch factor, is that something that comes naturally, or is it just literally something that literally you guys are all sitting there, you guys are all in the locker room already, you guys are all waiting to get on that ice for that first practice? Does that like grow in anticipation as the days get closer, or is it just something that, once it's there, it's hard to get away from?
Yeah, no, it's hard to get away from since, we've all been on the ice together now for 2.5, 3 weeks. So we're all excited. We're ready to hit the ice running here.
Now, one last thing before I let you go. When you go into a season, and there's a lot of ups and downs, and a lot of players have spoken about this in the past, especially on the Flyers, Joel Farabee was one where he kind of got sent down at the last minute. Does it matter if you do get sent down at what time for your confidence, or is it just something that, you have to, you understand that, the team views you in a certain way that they might need you to have a little bit more development, or they can just let you go at any point in time?
Yeah, confidence is a huge thing in hockey players, but that's something I don't really think about. I'm just going to take every day as it is and show up and work as hard as I can and do what I can to continue to get better every day. I think that's the biggest thing, is never be satisfied and continue to push yourself. So that's the approach I'm going to take.
Well, thank you for joining me, Ronnie. It's been a pleasure, and good luck this season.
Yeah, thank you so much. Have a good one.
You too.